What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mighty Show. Yes,
Mighty Show.
the Mighty Show. I've got the Mighty Sheldon here with me.
Happy
Woo!
Sunday night, everybody.
Yes, Sunday nights. Yes, it's the day before you pretty much start work.
Terrible. We try to make your week a little better.
Yes. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you're watching live or in the replay crew, a lot of people do that. Thank you for everybody that always watches our stuff. If you're new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hang out with us, and give your thoughts in the comment section below what you thought of the Penguin episode 6 and all the other ones and going forward. What is your overall feel for this show? We're going to talk about episode 6 and all the spoilers that come with it. Hello to Darth. How you doing, Darth?
How's it going,
So,
Darth?
if you haven't watched it, go back, watch it, and then watch our show, or hang out with us and let us spoil it for you because it's fine. You can always watch it as a prequel now, right? And see if we're
That's right.
actually correct. Man, episode
Exactly.
6. We got 2 more to go, but this one was a banger.
This one was a nice cooking episode.
The spicy meatball.
And there was literal cooking in this episode, too.
Yeah, a little bit of vino, a little
Yeah.
prosciutto,
Yeah.
mushrooms. Yeah, it was gabella. It was so good. Oh man, it was Sheldon. What are you drinking?
Oh. It's what gives you life, buddy. Water.
H2O. What kind of water?
I can't be drinking on a
Fiji water?
Sunday night. I wake up too early in the morning to get to work to die, buddy. So
A shout out, man. I do want to give a shout out to people like Darth, who always support our show. We're the little engine that could, right? On the corner, we're doing our thing, we're having fun. And we hope that whoever's watching this, if you happen to see it and you're new, come hang out with us, support our channel. We're not asking for anything, just to show us some love, hit the subscribe button, hang out with us. And Sheldon decides to disappear for some reason. I don't know why. I think his internet died or something, but he's gone out of the picture. But so the show must go on. There he is. What happened?
it crashed on me for some reason.
I thought as soon as I said, come hang out with us, you're like, no, I'm out of here. Steal it. That's okay. I said the show must go on.
Yeah.
It's Sunday night, man. We got a heat of a show to get into here. Let's just dive right in here.
100%.
So, like I said, episode 6. Man,
we got some good themes for this episode, man. We got some community involvement. We got some survival aspects going on. It was a cooking episode.
The title is called The Gold Summit. So
yes,
it kind of hints at a summit of sorts towards the end of the episode.
A nice little gathering of people.
Yeah, gathering of the minds,
Stronger community ties.
Just trying to bring the family together, right?
Bring the people,
yes,
what they want. Respect on that name.
Right off the beginning, this episode sort of takes a leap forward in time.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Right?
A bit of a time skip, for sure.
Yeah. What do you want to say? Let's say a week?
You think it's that fast? No. I don't think it's that fast. It's got to be at least a month or two, just because of how
a month
at least. And I say this because of the production they have for those mushroom crystals, Bliss. So there was quite a few of it. They were distributing out.
Fair enough. I totally forgot about that. Yeah,
quite largely. So that's why I think it's at least I'm gonna go down at least a couple months, because
I don't know about a couple
that fast.
I don't know about a couple months.
No,
because I don't think she would sit tight for a couple months.
Wait, who?
Gigante.
Oh, I thought you meant his mom.
No, Miss Gigante.
They've been trying to find him, though. We know this.
Yeah, I'm okay with you saying a month. For me, a month is where I think we're at here. I think that's enough time to grow something for a month if you're doing it properly in a setup like they are.
Right.
A month is good, and I think that's enough time for them to build that layer out a little bit too. Right. remember the clock's ticking for him to make money and make friends,
Right.
right? So I
He's
don't
got
think
to
he
move
would
fast before the other families step in.
exactly. And then he's
Yeah.
also got to get allies to buy in, right?
Right.
To protect him, because the more people on the streets are behind him, the less likely a rat comes and pulls the trigger on him, right? So I think a month is a good amount of time there to say this passed. And yeah, you see production's underway, like you mentioned. Things are moving, people are making money.
Yep.
Uh,
Victor's got some new threads. He's even got a gun now.
So Victor is giving me Batman vibes with the bike now, going into the tunnel. I'm just like, we
See,
see this.
I
Does
was
Matt Reed
thinking
likes
more.
everybody on bikes?
I was thinking more Boy Wonder vibes, just because
Okay,
of their
okay,
situation. Yeah.
okay.
I was like, he's got a little light wing action going on. Okay.
But yeah, I
Batman's got
mean,
a sidekick. Why can't Penguin? Yeah.
I hope one day we get a sidekick, because I'm so sick and tired of these guys not giving sidekicks to Batman. Matt Reeves doesn't like it. Christopher Nolan doesn't like it.
Hey,
Nobody
man,
wants to give a sidekick.
maybe we'll get him Batman Brave and the Bold when James Gunn does his thing.
Oh, he is. He is. Yeah, you're definitely
Yeah.
gonna see Damian as Robin, which not my preference, but hey, what do I know? It might surprise me. But going back to this,
Yeah.
we have Penguin basically trying to get this going, moving it along.
Yeah.
And he's also got problems at home.
Yeah. His mama ain't too happy. She used to a certain lifestyle, and she wants that back a little bit. But she's also losing her mind slowly.
Dementia or whatever. There was something that he said they called it.
Well, it's funny because he was like, they've been to the doctors and they said it was like Parkinson's, but it wasn't Parkinson's. It was something else and something else. He's like, how do we get all these doctors with all these education, but they have no means to figure out what the hell's wrong with my mom? I feel for him a little bit there. I feel for him because that's got to be frustrating. Even with all this money and power you got going on, you can't find a way to help your mom. It's got to be hard. It's got to be hard. So he's got to drive for more than just, I think, for just the respect of the city and owning the city. He's trying to get his mom to be okay, and I don't think that's going to happen.
I really find the writing very interesting. They're trying so hard to make us feel like he's a good guy. He's got redeeming qualities, but he's a piece of garbage. Make no mistake about it. Anyone who feels sorry for this guy, you don't know the character. The character does not care about anybody but himself and maybe his ma.
True.
Right?
True.
Even Victor means nothing to him. He's just a pawn. That's all it is. And you saw that during the eating scene where they're sitting down and they're talking about the brother, and Victor starts chiming in about his opinions, and he tells them like right away, he's like, you don't talk about my brother. You don't know nothing about my brother. You don't talk about him.
Well, that's family. That's his family, right? You don't talk about a man's family like that.
Don't even give your opinion. I'm not interested in your opinion.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Right? Fugazi. So it doesn't want to talk about it. It's just, and that's Victor. Victor kind of realizes, oh, I'm not a part of the family. I'm just a part of the team.
You think he feels like it? I don't know.
Yeah, because Victor considers him like his brother now, because Victor has no family.
No,
he gave everything up for him.
Exactly. And that's why I'm thinking he thinks he is family because of that. Even though
that's what I'm saying.
It's right. Like it's not like a team thing. He looks up to Penguin. He looks up to Oz. He wants that life. He wants to be that second right-hand man to him.
It's the typical thing that a lot of young teenagers face when they don't have the family presence, when they don't have a mom and dad, or their mom and dad are too busy, or their mom and dad don't neglect them. So they look for the next person that will show them a little bit of affection. And when they do, they become loyal to them. Yeah. And that's why a lot of older drug dealers and, people of that type of caliber swoop in and get the next generation to fall in line with them. They should give him a little bit of money, take him out for dinners, or buy him nice shoes, as Victor's wearing the new kicks. Right? What were those, Jordans 30s?
Pretty sure those were yeah. I'm pretty sure, man. The kid was dripped out.
Yeah, and so they buy loyalty, and this is exactly like that, which I like the authenticness of it. It's not like, bullshitted get together. It's like, hey, I'm gonna be your loyal subject because you've done so much for me. And
Yep.
obviously Oz has got a way of talking. He can convince people, he can make people dance, right? And
No,
he's put that spin on them. Right?
yeah, he says what people want to hear.
Yes, that's
Yes.
what or what's her name says, right?
Gigante.
Gigante.
But he
She
does
said,
it well because he comes from nothing, so it's believable, and people believe him because of that.
to an extent, because
To
we
an
do
extent,
have the
yeah.
summit where somebody says some things, right, to him
Right.
about crossing. But then you have on the other side of so there's two obviously strong storylines going on here now. One is Oz's side, the other is is it Falcone? Maroni, the Maronis, right?
Maronis. Yeah.
Maronis and Gigantes coming together, right?
Yes.
And
They formed an alliance to go after Oz.
yeah,
In case people missed last episode.
Yes. And first episode, I knew right away when they showed the picture of the house. I'm like, oh, she fucking right now. I knew right away. I swear to you, Sheldon, I knew right away. This is like taking a playbook out of all these other shows I've seen.
Yeah.
Right away, I see the building. I'm like looking around. My kids are not here. My kids are not here. Okay, it's good. We can watch this now. Right. And sure enough, she fucking the doctor.
Yep. Got him tied up on a chair. Tied up on a chair, my guy.
He freaky deaky. And he freaky deaky too. He like it.
He into it.
She even took the belt on. His hand is still behind the chair.
Didn't want to move.
Yeah. He's like, no, again.
Man knows what he likes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That's some weird shit, but yeah, whatever. But to each their own, right?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so he's also a crazy nut job himself.
Yeah, he ain't right.
Who's there?
Yeah, he ain't right, man. No. Yeah.
Because he goes to her in the shows like, if you need anybody, basically saying, if you need anyone to be tortured, I'm your guy.
I mean, yeah, he basically said once you get Oz, I can do my thing.
Yeah, I can do my what's it, specialty or business or something? I don't know.
His specialty, yeah.
Yeah, his specialty, yeah. Which I'm like, okay, what you gonna tie him up to?
Right?
Yeah. Here you go, Oz.
A little bit of trouble.
So they've got that little weird relationship there.
Yeah.
And then she walks down to the kitchen. You see, and the Maroni, Mr. Maroni, making the Italian pasta, and she's there. They share a glass of wine,
and
obviously he's a fugitive on the run because he's hiding.
Yes. Right? She makes that snark little comment about shouldn't fugitives be not out in the open, not in plain sight?
To which she should have said, I'm inside the house, bitch. What are you talking about? I ain't walking down Gotham Street.
True.
Right? True. Well, what do you want me to do? Sit in my room forever?
But he's in her house. He's in her house. So
yeah, because he opened the bottle of wine. Remember, she said she looked at it and he's like, well, it's dusty, so I might as well open it, right?
Just like her dad, he said. I was like, ooh, a little shot, but she didn't give a fuck. She did not give two shits.
Yeah. She's like, whatever. He dead. He dead. What do I care? Right? So they've got that relationship where they're sitting down, they form that relationship. It's sort of like a father and daughter relationship here now.
That's what it feels like, yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting.
At least that's the vibe I'm hoping for.
Well, let's pray to God, because the doctor might come in the way and it's all of a sudden it's a party now, right? If you know what I mean. Maroni's hands are tied, and so is doctors.
Yeah.
And anyways, sidetracked there for a second. Sorry, folks. But so she's got a crazy nut doctor that can torture people. She's got a partner now who is hell-bent on killing Oz just like her, because Oz killed his wife and son, right? So
cooked him. He cooked him.
That's why the title says Oz is cooking, right? And so I really like this team that let's call them Team Gigante, right?
I
Team
like it.
Gigante is doing really crazy stuff. They're obviously they've got the money, the power, they've got the presence,
Yeah.
they've got the name out there. Gotham knows who they are, right?
Yeah.
So that team is now looking for him, Oz. And one of the things we learned about why they're having a hard time finding him is because Oz did say in the last episode they never look down, they always look up,
That's right. And
right?
that's what's kind of happening right now. They are looking everywhere but the underground. You
Yeah,
know, they now in this episode they did track some people, but then they lost them. Could not find them. They're like, we don't know where they're going. They just disappeared. So clearly they're not as smart as they are. They're not thinking about the people underneath.
it's the arrogance.
Oh yeah. 100 yeah,
It's the
100%.
arrogance. He's in
Yeah.
an apartment, he's in a building somewhere, warehouse,
Yeah.
we'll find him.
They won't believe that Oz would go down that low, which is gonna be, I
Literally,
feel,
literally.
yes, and I feel that's gonna be their biggest damn downfall for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it weird? Because I kept imagining with all the things that's happening, like people hanging. Remember, there was like killings happening. I'm just like,
Yeah.
where the hell's Batman?
You know, that's a great question.
I missed him in this episode.
Yeah. Especially because it's happening all over the city now because they're spreading out, right? Like Oz has got these
Yeah, yeah.
guys
It's a
getting their
war now. It's a turf
getting
war.
their hands in, and they're going after these smaller criminal groups because they know they don't give a shit about them. And they're cutting off their what was it, their pinkies? Was that they were cutting off, hanging them
Yeah, yeah.
upside down, trying to send a message, being like, if you're just a no-name nobody gangbanger, we gonna kill you if you
Yeah.
handing this stuff out. It's gonna happen. They know they can get away with it because they won't do shit against them. Yeah.
Because she obviously wants to control this bliss, whatever it's called.
Bliss. Yeah, bliss.
They don't want any low thugs taking their money, right?
No.
And that's something Oz we'll talk about in a bit here is really hammers down to these low-level thugs.
It was a great monologue, by the way.
So we'll get into that in a second here. So what I was gonna say was the chemistry here on both on Team Gigante is good. On Team Oz, you've got Victor, you've got him, and then you got the low-level thugs. His team is still forming.
It is.
It's still under construction.
The Avengers are slowly coming together.
Dark Avengers, right? Yeah, they're slowly coming together. But going back to the problem that he has right now also is his mom is deteriorating.
Yes.
And the meal conversation, and then her just like, I can do whatever I want, just leave me alone. I'm out of here, whatever. He's got to worry about her. And you knew that was foreshadowing of what it's going to happen at the end of this show. It really was pushing that narrative, right?
Yeah.
It's really trying to tell you, hey, keep an eye on this here because we're going to bring it back to you at the end, right? So I thought that was really good writing in the beginning to really give you that feel of their relationship more, bring Victor into it.
Yeah, when they do foreshadowing like that and they have it reprised in the same episode, I feel like that's a
big hint.
call to good writing. Yeah.
It's a big hint to something that might happen too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And we'll do theories at the end of the review here. We'll talk about the next future 2 episodes of what could happen. So we also have the bliss needs to be spread out so he can make a lot of money so that can grow the operation, but he also needs to bring in thugs, people that are, money talks.
Yes. Yeah.
Money talks, right? We also have a small problem with Victor. Victor's developing into he's trying to be strong in front of Oz.
Yeah.
But he's not the same type of build like Oz is. This
No,
kid's got emotions, right?
It's because he was a good kid. He had a loving family that cared about him. He had, and they were trying to set him on the right path, and I feel like when you're raised like that, you try to go into that direction that he's going, it's tough.
Yeah, you question yourself quite a bit.
100%. And most people would probably end up running away, but with him having nothing now to pull him back, I feel like I'll see him pop off. And he kind of did this episode.
I think he dies.
I don't want him to. I really don't want him to.
He's grown on me.
Yeah.
He's grown on me.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's gonna die.
Life isn't like a box of chocolates for him, all right?
But the actor killed it though.
Oh yeah,
he's very believable that he has a speech issue, and kudos for that. Yeah, for a young actor like that to pull something that's so believable.
Oh yeah,
like you don't even realize it's fake. I mean, we know it's fake, but the way he acts into that character is so good, and hats off to that young actor. Right? Maybe a prosperous a career in Hollywood, right? So, but I appreciate this actor. He's grown on me. I didn't at first care for the actor or the character, sorry, but he's grown up, and now it's like this. Oh, please don't die! Please don't die! Right? Like
I want him to stick around. I want him to stick around for the Empire of the
I think he's going to be swimming with the fishes.
Don't say that.
Yeah, in the Gotham River. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's get into some of the big things. So the title, obviously, Gold Summit. Let's get into talk about it. So he gets a cooler of beers, which always is a good gesture. I thought he was going to do the Stone Cold thing where he just goes like this, right? Oh, hell yeah.
The Penguin says so. Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
That's the bottom line.
Right? Yeah.
So he brings in all these thugs, the triads and etc., into the warehouse, and
triads being the big one because he needs them.
Yes, because the Maronis think they have a deal, or Gigantes think they have a deal.
Yes, yeah.
Because she says like, we've already got a deal with them. We don't have to worry about
that. And the Maroni was like, no, you don't. It's whoever's selling. Just because you have a worded deal doesn't mean shit. If you're not selling,
which is huge.
It doesn't mean anything.
Is huge.
Yeah. She learned something that night.
Yeah.
She learned something that night.
And it wasn't with the doctor.
No.
She did not.
Which just goes to show she's still got a lot of growing to do.
Was she naive?
Oh yeah.
That's how she's in this mess in the first place.
Yeah.
Right? She's been in 10 years in jail. She knows how to maybe kill and manipulate her way through staying alive, but in terms of business transactions, she don't know nothing. She tries, but she don't know nothing.
She can sell. She can sell, but that's it. It's like, how do you keep that? She doesn't know how. So
there's another thing that they go into Penguin's apartment.
Oh yes, because they trying to find something,
and Maroni goes to him or her. Well, I wonder if his family's. Let's find his family, and she's like, "No, he doesn't have any family. The brothers are dead, and the mom's dead too."
Yeah. After he found that picture, he's like, haha, he thought he found something. He was so proud of him.
He's like, Eureka!
He was like, we got him.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah, man, they all dead. Like,
but it shows how well Oz kept his mom out of the whole thing, right?
That was kind of surprising to me. I thought people knew, and that's why he went to go hide her. But when Sophia said she dead, I was like, ooh, you don't.
I think this is I think the reason she knows this is because he uses her driver, and they probably had small talks, and he probably said, "Nah, I got no family. My brothers are dead. My mom and my pops are dead."
Yeah,
he probably did that because he's protecting his family,
right?
So he's one step ahead of her already, right?
Yeah, his mom's a bit of a crutch.
Yeah.
Because
he knows that if things go sideways, they're going to go after the mom, and he's screwed.
Yeah, he'll give everything. I feel like he'll give everything up once he.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Like if they were like, hey, give me the drugs, we give your mom back one piece. I think
here's what I
end up doing it.
Here's what I think. He's gonna say, I don't care. Go ahead. I think he's gonna betray his mom.
You think so? After all this,
After all this, I
after
think
all
so.
the
Because
caring,
she's already going off the rails.
yeah, but he's put so much time and effort and money.
Maybe
It's
he's just
just
tired now.
hmm.
You see, the more and more people watch this, the more people get enamored and feel sorry for him. People get into that. People don't realize in the comics this guy is ruthless. There's a reason why he's number 2 in Batman's Rogue Gallery. Yeah, you can argue that. People argue that all the time. But after the Joker, everyone says, "What's the next bad villain?" They say Penguin.
Hmm.
For the longest time, they said Penguin. There's a reason why in Batman Part 2 of what's the name? Um, the the first Batman movie with
Robert
the 80s
Pattinson.
Batman. No,
Oh,
no, 80s.
Adam West.
No, no, 80s. That's 60s.
80. Who's 8? Oh, you talking about Michael Keaton, Tim
So
Burton.
after the Joker, Tim Burton, that's it. Thank you. They picked the Penguin as the second villain in Catwoman, right?
He
Because
did. Yeah.
that's how big this character is.
Hmm.
Even going back to the 60s, the Penguin was the second biggest character. Joker was always number 1 and always will be, right?
Right.
But the second is Penguin, and that's why people, I think a lot of people forget that this guy is ruthless. He'll do anything he wants, anything, and he doesn't care.
As long as it builds his empire.
Yeah, as long
Yeah.
as it builds his empire, he don't care. And I think that he's gonna let his mom die.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to see, man. I don't know, man.
Or Gigantes won't even care and just pop a bullet anyways. Why would they care?
Yeah,
Why
they
would
wouldn't.
Maroni care to save his mom? Maroni's just gonna put a bullet in it to make him feel misery.
But maybe okay, this is pure speculation. I know we said we're gonna do theories at the end, but we know she's losing her mind, right? I think what Sophia's seeing and what she's going to see is that this lady is losing herself, and that's probably worse for him to see than just outright killing her.
So you think that she's gonna let her live?
I think so.
Okay, I can see Gigante letting her live, but I don't see Maroni. Think about dude's wife.
After barbecuing his family,
Yeah,
you might be right. you might be
he's like,
right.
and they might be a friction between the two, Gigante and Maroni, because she might not want to kill her because her mom got killed, right?
Right.
So she might have sympathy towards mom, but then Maroni's like, I don't care. Boom.
Done.
Right? So there might be friction there. What
That's
to do
fair.
with her? What
That's
to do
fair.
with her? Right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Maroni maybe even get shot by Gigante.
Oh well, yeah. That I'm kind of counting on because she wants her family and her empire.
So you're seeing some sort of implodement, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
In that
I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be really fun.
Yeah.
But
back to them being in his room. Sophia ends up finding some the picture of that lady that Oz is so fond over, you know, and where they think he didn't have something, they now have something, and they're like, we can use this, we can finish this with him and go forward. So I'm like, I wonder how much he actually cares about her. I mean, he got a drawer for her. Usually when a dude has a drawer for someone,
and she got some panties up in there.
Yeah. When they have a drawer, when a guy has a drawer for a lady, it's a little serious. You know, it's a little bit more than just
she stayed the night. She stayed the night. Right?
Yep.
And Gigante knew that. And immediately said, okay, she's something to this guy. Let's go find her. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she does. She goes. My thing is, how did she find out which area to go to so quickly?
Oh,
a little too convenient. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe, but she's got those connections, man. You know, I think it's plausible for somebody like her that has those resources, it's lickety split. We'll find somebody that's that low level real quick.
Really? I don't
I
know.
think
Like
so.
on the prostitution side of things, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're not a family that looks, I think, get money from prostitutes. They're more of like high level,
Oh,
bosses.
they're definitely more white collar.
Yeah, so that's
White
what I'm
collar
saying. Like,
crime.
how does
Yeah.
white collar have such quick connections at the prostitute level?
Well, I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. I'd have to
But
think.
you're right, though. I just thought of something. There was a bunch of prostitutes killed by her dad.
Hmm.
So maybe she does know, or somebody in that. See, I wish there was more in that story. In
Yeah.
that part where they could have gave us more. Like she could have said, "I'm going to talk to some of the areas that my dad or some of these women were killed because my dad and probably knew those areas, so I'm going to go there." Something, you know what I mean? They hinted it
Right.
last episode, but fine. We'll let our imagination fill in the gaps there. Um, and so she does find one of the girls that works for this girl, and basically she goes upstairs and she's not surprised. Come on in.
I was kind of surprised about that. I thought she was selling her out.
Mm.
I thought that's what I thought.
Which
I
was
was like,
brilliant writing, though.
yes. And then you find out once she gets to that room, it's like, no, I told my girls to tell you to come find me.
We
Yeah.
hustled you out of some cash,
Yeah.
which is good because then that girl gets paid, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so I'm like, I was waiting for her to get popped, especially the camera angles where they show the head.
Mm-hmm.
They're like angles where it just shows the head and the upper body. I'm like, she's getting popped right here.
See, I didn't think that. I thought
No,
no.
wow,
I
okay.
thought for sure she was gonna bring her in, beat her ass a little bit, torture her a little bit, and be like, "Hi, Oz, look what I got. Come get your pet." You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought that was gonna happen. But
she don't have Oz's number.
No, but she could be plastering that everywhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Or sending a message.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought she was gonna pop her head and walk out because she's crazy, right?
That would have been real gangster. That's a gangster thing to do. But she ain't a
did
gangster.
cock the gun.
She did, but
right?
But she's not gangster. She is psycho.
Yeah, psychos kill.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like psychos kill, but they do it for a little bit of a reason, And she gassed her whole family, like she's crazy, dude.
So she basically gives up Oz because she finds out. So this is where she has an all shit moment because
she has a code. She has a little bit of a code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she mentioned that Oz covered up some of your friends that died at the hand of my dad.
Yeah.
Some of those girls missing. Oz knew about them. And then it's just you see her face in horrific change where she's like, I went to war for this guy. I protected him. I gave an alibi to this guy. And this guy's the one who's in charge, responsible of killing all these people.
Because Sophia did tell her, if I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead right now. You'd be hanging upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where she changed her heart and gives up where he lives. Now, I don't know how she knows that.
She said the goddamn zoo. I was like, homie, all right. That's going to be interesting.
And that's how Sophia knows. Gigante, sorry. I just like saying that word, Gigante. The last name is really good. Soko. Soke. So we know that she knows where the Ma lives. Ma.
Yep.
Now, this is the next part, which is the title of the story, is the big meetup with the local level gangs. He brings a truck full of a pickup truck with the cooler at the back with the beers, gives it to everybody out. I thought that was a cool gesture. I thought that was smart of him.
I want people to have a big ass cooler full of beer in their back of the trucks from now on, because I thought that was dope. I'm like, if people aren't doing this now, you should be doing it, man.
So we have this gathering. We have the triads. We have multiple games. Now, one thing I found really interesting was each of these leaders had somebody behind them as a lieutenant, and I thought that when he goes, you saw it too,
I thought so too, man.
because they gave
It
looks.
the setup felt right. The setup for that entire thing, they got the big bosses, their right hands behind them. Oz is making these speech with a bunch of the old heads, and I was like, old heads not gonna be in it, they're like, nah, fuck you, Oz. Like,
And
we
then
ain't listening to yours. And then right behind them, and when he was like, we can make a name for ourselves, they don't know us, but they will know us.
Okay,
The
so here's the thing.
Yeah.
It might have not happened this episode, but it could happen, right? Right?
Got to get rid of
He's
the old guard.
He's
He
planting
even
the
said
seeds.
the old guard. He even said the words, the old guard.
God damn.
We get rid of them, we ruling. And I'm just like, he's setting them up. These guys are going to get all set up, and the lieutenants are going to take their place. I think it's going to happen.
As soon as he opened the can, I'm like, this is when they're going to shoot. This is when they're going to shoot right here. They're just going to unload, right? The back of the head, they're all dead.
Yeah.
I just think that even though it didn't happen, I think it will happen.
I'm 100% with you there, man. I think it will too. It's gonna be a thing, and it's gonna skyrocket him big time. Yeah.
I think one of the things that's gonna happen is, I believe the reason they'll have another reason as to why the lieutenants will pop their bosses is their bosses are willing to give up the Penguin.
Oh yeah.
Because these guys are like, no, we can't give him up.
No, because the triad leader even said it, right? He was like, we can't trust him. He's a piece of shit. He sold out everybody that he's ever worked with.
Which is true.
He has true. And he's like, he has no code. There is nothing about this guy that's favorable to be working with him right now. Yeah.
And I just feel that the lieutenants are gonna say, no, you're wrong. And they're going to pop them in the head. All their bosses. I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because that speech was just perfectly lined up for the lieutenants. It had nothing to do with the bosses. Nothing to do with them.
Not at all. No, because the bosses were already like, maybe not. And I think they only did it because
we haven't had Wish.com 50 Cent there.
Shit. Yeah. And
I feel like, did he look like an older 50 Cent?
He was the first one to
60
crack his
cent
beer, though.
Right?
He was the first one to crack his beer. So I think that guy might understand.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, I feel like he can understand that little sign of respect. Like, they don't know his name. They should know his name. His lieutenant. I feel like that guy might not get popped, but the others definitely will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's oh man, that I was just like, why did if they had done that, that would have been such a oh damn moment, right?
Mm-hmm. That would have been a sick moment.
That would have been a 10 out of 10 for this show. I'm just take my money, just take it.
Yeah.
I'll buy whatever shirt you're selling.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh man, Matt Reeves, man. You should have done it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You should have done it.
But maybe though, he probably thought, that might have been a little too obvious.
But the speech made it so obvious.
I think that might have been the whole point, though. Like, we were expecting something, but then we didn't.
But then we're gonna get it later on.
He's planting. I think he's planting seeds, man. Yeah, that's what's happening. He's planting the spores.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes.
You're a bliss. So he does convince them all to rise up with him together because he needs this to happen in order for his safety.
Yes.
Because he doesn't have the manpower or the connections to protect himself from this other side, right?
Yeah.
This juggernaut. And
but with all them, he's gonna have that manpower.
Yeah, which is such a brilliant move. It's a risk-taking move because they could have shot him there too and walked away.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody cares because they all hate each other anyways. They were like, whatever. At least we got one person we hated off the books, right?
But they all in it. They're ready to get rid of the big name crime families. Yeah, what we're gonna get is definitely Penguin's criminal empire. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he convinced them and they're everybody on his side is such a huge, massive move, and one that might save his behind in the next episode. When I did see the trailer, and it shows, no spoilers, it's a trailer. Everyone's going to see it probably this week, anyways. But it shows Maroney. So it shows. So the trailer shows. Actually, you know what? I'll talk about the trailer after we finish off this here. We just got a little bit left.
Sounds good.
I'll talk about because it'll connect to it, right? So
yeah.
So now the final scene area is where Vic is sitting there. Vic basically has his own storyline going, and he's got that Squid guy that we've been hearing about. Yeah. Finally, Squid gets involved more directly with them and says, "Hey, I want to be part of your team. I want to be part of that Oz guys team."
He's like, in there. I want that paper, man. Like, let me know who you're working for. Let me get in there, son.
And Vic, to his credit, tried to talk to Oz about it, but Oz obviously was distracted. Yeah. And so he's like, "You good, kid? You're good, kid?" He's like, "You know what? I'll just handle it myself." And so he goes there with the water cash to Squid and says, "Listen, I tried. I really did. They don't want you in there. But you know what? If spot opens up, I'll definitely put your name in there. But for now, I'll give you some money."
And he even offered him like payment, out of respect. He's just like, "Here, man, like,
and I'll get you more next week."
Yeah.
And this dude's just throwing the money on.
Squid's a piece of shit. I don't think he doesn't have that in mind, He's like, "It's my territory. I will want that tax. And if this kid's willing to pay me, I'll take it." Sure. I mean, I know I could make more doing the drug game, but for now, if I were him, no, Squid's an idiot.
Especially when he says, "I'll get you more."
Yeah. Squid's a goddamn idiot. And what happened to him outright deserved it.
Idiots deserve it.
Yeah.
Which was shocking though, because Victor I thought he was actually going to take him to Oz, and Oz was going to put a cap to his head.
I didn't. I felt like at some point in this season he was finally going to get him, and he fucking did. He goddamn did it. I was like, I was just waiting.
Vic didn't show that him.
No, he didn't. At some point I was like, Vic is finally going to stand up to this dude and either beat the shit out of him or kill him in some way. And he did it.
Vic was really emotionally distraught. He just didn't know what to do.
And I mean, to be fair, Squid was pushing him. Squid was pushing him, and I think he finally was like, "Enough's enough. I ain't letting you have this. I ain't taking you, Penguin. I'm gonna turn around and cap you." Yeah.
And he did put a bullet right in his neck, blew up his artery veins there. Yeah. Jugular vein, and he just basically bled out to death. So long, Squid. Rest in peace. No, actually, not rest in peace. You're a piece of shit, so you deserve that. Right? You've been messing with my boy Victor for a long time, and you got what was coming to you. Right? Yep. So he's out of the picture now. So maybe this is a chance for Vic to rise up in the ranks in his neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Be the guy, sort of.
Be that guy. Take over Squid's territory.
Yeah. Be the next Oz. Sort of. Right? Have his own little crew in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy. So he's sitting in there at Oz's house, just contemplating what happened. He sees blood on his shoes, trying to wipe it off. All of a sudden, the lights come on because Oz went to councilman and threatened him with the pliers to his nose.
Threatened him? No, that dude didn't just. He took those pliers.
Snippy snip. You know what he was doing, Sheldon? He was helping you remove nose hairs. Okay, he was being a nice guy.
Nah, man, I don't know what was nice about that.
Okay, well, you explained that scene, and I'll be there in a second.
Okay, sounds good. So what you see in that councilman is trying to leave for the day. Things are all good. It says some guy's parking too close to him. Piece of shit, that kind of thing. Tries to back out, but Oz ends up showing up. He's like, "Hey, where have you been? You haven't been answering my letters. You haven't been getting back to me." He's like, "Do you remember who I am? You owed some money." He's like, the councilman was like, "Hey, I settled my debts with Falcone. It should be all good." And Oz was like, "Yeah, you're right. You settled with Falcone, but not with me. I'm that guy now. You still got shit. You got to settle with me." Penguin was like, "That." Then a councilman dude was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You owe me. We need that electricity back up and running in that part of the district where he's at." He's like, "You need to make that happen. We've been saying this for years, for months. It needs to happen. And then he's like, well, there's not much you can do. There's a lot of red tape. Oz pulls out the pliers and he gets it, clips it right to like the bridge of his nose and starts to squeeze on that mother hard. And I was like, that's painful. That's a very sensitive part of your nose. If you've never been hitting your nose like right there, you know how that shit feels. It's not good. It's not a good time. But he was squeezing hard. Blood was dripping. He's like, listen, you piece of shit. You're going to make it happen. And this is just the beginning. If you don't make it happen, it's going to be worse for you down the road. So get that power back on. We need it. Make it happen.
I still think it was really nice of him to clean his nose hairs for him, though.
And he's like, hey, it's just your nose. It's not a big deal. You fine. All right. Get back in your car. He's like, look, you got plenty of room. Get out of here.
Yeah. Look at mine. Look at me,
Yeah.
Got the penguin nose, right? So
yeah.
So the power does come on. Victor's in that cleaning his Nikes, and the power comes on, and his mom starts freaking out because the music comes on,
blaring loud.
Yeah. And then he's trying to turn it off. She's like, no, leave it on. I gotta do some moves. For an old lady, she got the hips, don't lie, right?
She was like,
grooving. I don't know what that was. It's like looks like my parents dancing, right? So that's what it looks like. Where they're just arms are just flaying around like this.
Yeah.
Right? The music's going.
The old lady dancing.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. And so here we are with the picture here. They're dancing, and then all of a sudden by the way, the camera angle when it zoomed out.
Yes.
Oh. And it just zooms out in the hallway, and
it's nice and slow too. And I'm just like, oh shit. Someone.
Yeah, me too.
For a second, I thought it was gonna be Oz, and him being like, "Why the fuck you dancing with my mother? Why you dancing with my mother?" That's what I thought was gonna happen.
But it's not. It's Sophia standing there. Was she standing at the crowbar?
Oh yes, it was a crowbar, my man.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the trailer that came out after the credits rolled on HBO, it shows Maroney in the apartment hitting Oz with a golf club while the two henchmen are holding him. Maroney takes a swing, hits him in the stomach, and says, "You're gonna show me where your lair is."
Oh shit!
And Oz, I ain't gonna tell you shit till I know my ma's all right. Yeah.
What did I say earlier? What did I say?
What are you, a region? A region?
I don't. Okay, now to be fair,
you don't even know what to say right now.
To be fair,
you should have watched that trailer. I told you.
I said in the beginning he would do anything for his mom, right?
For his ma.
But something we kind of missed, we didn't really touch on in this episode, was what his mom said to him with the moment of clarity that she had. She was like, "I want you to end it for me." And he was like, "You're not speaking right. You're not talking right."
Telling you. That's why I said it.
She was like, "Look, I'm all right now, and I'm telling you with a clear mind, I don't want to be like this. This is not how I want to go out. I don't want people wiping my own ass." Basically is what she's saying.
Yeah, because he found her in a tub full of cold water, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying to you, that he's not going to care if his mom gets a bullet to the head, because that's what his mom wanted. He's gonna spin that and make himself believe that was the right thing to do, because that's Oz.
Do you think there's going to be a shock factor where, like, okay, we'll take you to your mom in the lair, and then he's going to end up shooting his mom and killing her, and they're going to be in shock, and he's going to turn around and pop him 1-2?
No, I don't think they died this episode. I think it's the next episode. Maroney, I could see dying. Yeah. I don't see Sophia dying till the next episode. Because you got one thing to remember, this is only a one season stuff so far. They've only wanted to do one season.
Yeah, there still hasn't been any word on if they're doing a second season or not. Yeah.
But I think Warner Brothers will see the results and push the envelope to get it done, because they do it all the time, right? They're gonna say, "Hey, squeeze another one in because we're making a ton of money here," right? But I just see Maroni dying next episode, and then I see the Ma dying, and then I see either Victor or Sophia dying. Of the 4 people in that level below Oz in terms of importance, I see 3 out of the 4 dying when the season ends.
I don't think Vic's dying. I think he's going to be beaten really
I'm just saying
bad.
he's one of the 4, right?
For sure.
But I see Maroni and Ma dying for sure.
Yeah.
Now it's a coin flip between the other 2, Victor and Sophia.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen with Vic is he's going to get his ass beat so bad with a crowbar by Sophia that the stutter isn't even going to be a stutter anymore. He just ain't going to be able to speak. That's what I think is going to happen. Either his stutter is going to be cured, or he ain't going to be talking no more.
It's a reverse Bumblebee, right?
Yeah.
I think I got to get that. My stutter's gone. Oz, I can talk.
I'm here.
Thank you, Sophia. Out of me in the back side of my head. I think he's going to be in the hospital, and I think what's going to happen is Oz not going to give a shit about him.
No, because he let his mom get taken.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest thing.
And then Victor's like, "Screw this guy."
Yeah,
that's going to be killer. That's going to be insane.
It's breaking his ties because he got his empire. He doesn't need him anymore. Don't need him.
That's who Oz is. That's the Penguin right there. Yeah. Nobody should care for this guy at all. Don't give him any sympathy. Screw this guy. He's a piece of dirt. He's garbage.
I feel like if there was a woman involved, it'd be a little bit different, I think. If he was involved with somebody, I think it'd be a little bit different. Because as much as Penguin loves his power and his money, I think that man also yearns for a little bit of love from someone.
Yeah.
And that'll be his major downfall.
Yeah, it's setting up to be a great last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
We don't know which way it's going to go. Obviously, we know Penguin's going to survive all this, but it's the tier below him. It's just like you have no idea what's going to happen.
Zero. No, not at all.
And his lack of compassion makes it even harder.
Yeah.
Although he loves his ma, it's the Penguin still.
And like man, this is just an testament to the show and the writing where like you think you can predict what's going to happen, but you really don't know what the shit is going to happen.
Yeah.
Going forward.
And I like how they try to get people to like the Penguin as a character because they're trying to make people think that he has redeeming qualities, but he is such a piece of garbage, right?
Oh yeah,
and these last 2 episodes are going to show that.
Though. That's the problem.
What's that?
They do make him likable. You know,
I'm not buying it. I'm gonna screw this guy.
No, you don't have to buy it, but they're showing it and they're selling it really well.
Yeah, but all the suckers out there are going to be believing it. I ain't believing it. I don't care. No. He ain't happening. I hate that piece of garbage. I do want to see Bruce Wayne. Just give me one Bruce Wayne. That's all I want.
I feel like it might come at the last episode.
Yeah, maybe a shadow.
I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to see it at the very last episode, maybe the last 5 minutes somewhere, or like a minute in the middle, just to tie in the second movie so they can announce it.
Yeah. I need to see Batman. A silhouette. I don't care. Just something to give me like, all right, he still exists, because it's just so weird to go through a season and go through the chaos that's happening in Gotham, and there's not a presence of Batman because Batman is already existing in this world. It's not a prequel. It's after the first movie. So where is Batman this whole time?
But wasn't there a fallout with like? It's been a minute since I've watched that movie, but when the shit went down with the Riddler, wasn't there like a bunch of fanatics that were like Riddler-esque that were like just causing shit?
Yeah, that was in the movie. That was during that time though. But the flood happened and he was a hero because remember he saved all those people.
Right.
The aerial view of him. Where's the Gotham PD? Where's Commissioner Gordon?
I mean, I know. Well, yeah, that's kind of a good question, actually. Who knows where that?
I mean, okay, fine. You don't want to have Batman in there because it might cost you $1 bajillion to put him in there. But
yeah,
where the hell's Commissioner Gordon?
Yeah. Yeah, we got that other police person at Sofia Gigante's house? What was he like? He was also a commissioner, wasn't he? Of a different
I don't
precinct or
know.
something. I don't know.
It's Gotham. Where's the big guy? Where's Commissioner Gordon?
That's the question.
And the actor who plays it, I forgot his name, but he's been on TV shows. Westworld, he was on there. So
yeah,
it's not like he's shy from doing TV shows.
True.
Maybe we'll see him next episode of the 7th, but we got to get somebody big in there. Like I just feel like it's needed to make
Well, they said that they weren't going to do Batman because Batman was just going to take away from the Penguin, which I think is absolutely true. Like,
no, but give me at the end.
Sure.
Give me something at the end to connect the next movie.
Yeah. If it's at the end of it, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But there shouldn't be anything leading like in the middle until that moment.
But do you believe that though? It's so well done that even if he shows up for a minute, is it still going to take away from this great acting that Colin's doing? The great acting that the female lady that is a Sophia, Victor, the actor plays Victor. There's so many good acting here, so much good acting here, that even if Batman shows up, I don't think it takes away. It just adds to it, in my opinion. It just makes it even more stronger that it's still tied in, right,
to the universe. Yeah,
because what's happening here is how can Batman just ignore all this?
Right.
Right. Bodies are hanging upside down in the middle of Gotham, and not even the commissioner's around asking questions. And Batman knows the Penguin knows that this guy is part of the crime organization because he was a part of it in the first movie.
Yep.
So, yeah, just let's see. We still got 2 more episodes. Let's see where this plays out. Maybe they'll surprise. Maybe Matt Reeves is keeping it quiet, which will be brilliant if he does throw something at us, an Easter egg or something. But overall, I don't think this was the best episode I've seen.
No, it was definitely this was the slowdown episode that I thought last week's was gonna be. Yeah, remember, like I was like, oh, like the first half felt really slow, but then it really picked up. This is the slowdown episode. This is the build up. This is a build up episode.
I think going forward is just going to be all balls out now.
Yeah,
6 and 7 is just go.
Yeah,
we've got 7 and 8. 6 was your foundation to tie in everything, get everything sorted here, put together.
Yep.
Now let's go.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just go out now and start killing people.
Balls to the wall, man.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I honestly liked the episode. I did, but I don't think it was better than episode 5, and definitely not better than episode 4. I say it's right behind those 2 so far. As my
like a 7 out of 10.
It's my 3rd favorite episode. I'm gonna have to give it a 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good episode.
Yeah, I give it an 8 for that because like the first 20 minutes. I was like, okay, this is definitely a build up episode. It's I see what we got going on here. Like it's gonna crank up right after this. Yeah, especially after the whole like the what are they called? The Golden Summit.
Yeah, Golden Summit.
Yeah, Golden Summit. Yeah. Yeah, after that, I was like, yeah, this is gonna happen. We're gonna pop off now.
Yeah, the Gold Summit, not the Golden Summit.
Gold Summit. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna say early prediction for episode 7. I think it's gonna be like an 8, easy. Just from what I saw in the trailer, I didn't even tell you what else I saw in the trailer. I'm not even gonna tell you that.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you marinate on that.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm not seeing the trailers because when I watch the episodes, it's more of a surprise.
Yeah,
I'm tired of the trailer thing.
Maybe I shouldn't mention it to you anymore. Yeah. I say anymore. We only have 2 episodes left.
Right.
But yeah, hold on to your hats, kids. It's gonna get fun. It's gonna get crazy, and that's all we want from TV shows, man.
Exactly, man.
It's so much fun. I can't wait. It's gonna be good. We'll be back next Sunday to do episode 7, and then we'll finish it off for episode 8. We might have to do it at a different time because I'm not available.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have plans, but
okay.
We'll figure it out. We might even squeeze it in on a Monday after the A&R Weekly or before that too. We'll figure something out.
Sounds good.
So everybody that is watching, thank you so much again for watching. If you're new here, like I said, hit the subscribe, hang out with us. if all of you guys could do me a big favor and just hit the like button for us, it helps us out in the algorithm.
It's that thumbs up button.
Yes, and give your scores. What do you guys thought of this week's episode or the weeks before? What are you thinking about the Penguins so far? If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It is a great show. It's one of the best this year, and it might be up for some awards because there are some good people in here doing some good things.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
Definitely. Colin and Sophia, the actress who plays Sophia, definitely need to get some nominations going.
Yeah. I feel like Vic should be getting best supporting character for this.
Right?
Yeah. Like hands down.
Yeah. Really
Best
stepping
supporting.
it up there.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week. The Mighty Show will be back next week, and we're going to talk about episode 7. So have a good week at work. If you're not working, you're retired, and good for you. Congratulations. Enjoy it. Take care. Say bye, everybody.